Hello and good morning. My name is Bolu Atifiadeni, and I'm here to talk about the things I learned from the just concluded World Bank course on the future of work and preparing for disruption. A major highlight for me will be the one to take off from the case of early child development as well as human capital development, with focus on early child development. And I'll be using my country, Nigeria, as a case study. The My country is actually a very special one in the sense that things always seems to work out of what the norm should be. Right now, the World Bank's report on the human capital index ratio of Nigeria ranks us about around 150 something from other countries, which is really very poor. Right now, we rank about 0.52 or 53 thereabout on HCI, which is even lower than the average of the world. And to that effect, we're looking at things that we've not really done right in the country. I would like to suggest a few things, but before then, I also like to set some ground rules or some ground facts. So, focus, of course, on early child development, and a way to do this is to talk about the government's involvement in or the government involvement in primary education as well as primary health care, which to some extent happen to not really be top notch. And a major factor that actually caused this is because of the fact that primary education and primary health, it's not something that the federal government in itself in quote oversee. So because of the way the country is, we have the federal government, we have the state government and the local government. These things that has to do with primary health service and primary education happens to be in care of the local government, but the local government a little bit not up to task with these things, and well, they are not really autonomous. Funding is very short, and the process of who becomes the local government chairman is also something that is very very uh, challenging or not really straightforward. So a way to really be to do this is to really set it out straight. So even though it's constitutional that these activities or these things should be carried out by local government, it's the funding, it does not really support this in itself. So you see have the case of the state government taking over the issue of funding when money that's allocated to the local government. It's in most states being handled by the state government, so the local government don't get funding, which means there's no proper monitoring and everything is just all over the place. And also to look at, so a way to do the suggestion would be that the local government should be really be given the autonomy to operate these things, and of course with proper monitoring. um and also another thing, wrapping up, will also be on education. Right now the budget on by the federal government on education is pretty low, something below 15%. And the challenge has always been how to opt this or how to bring this up to scale with even the global standard. But one thing I discovered during the course of this, while taking up this course and my research, was that there are a lot of fundings that actually instilled for education that is not in the budget for education. For example, if a road is to be put up on in a university, it's not under the Ministry of Education. It's a budget under the Ministry of Works and Transportation. If, for example, you are to have new set of chairs and tables in the primary school or secondary school, for example, it's not under the Ministry of Education. It's actually under the Ministry of probably Interior. If feeding programs for primary schools and secondary schools, it's not under the Ministry of Education. It's actually on the Ministry of Health or some or another ministry. So going forward, I think it would be nice if the government can pool these resources and channel it towards the Ministry of Education, since they are the primary beneficiary of this investment or of these policies. In all, the country is not really where it should be, and but with proper monitoring and proper accountability in the hands of the by the government as well, I think it's something that should in the long run of the future. Thank you.